How's everybody doing tonight? It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, but I feel I have to make this video. I want to talk about interracial relationships. Okay, I talk about interracial relationships a lot. Okay, but I want to bounce it off the last video I made when I talked about the Becky that hurt me, when I talked about my mom. Okay, and why I believe I chose the path I did, and talking about the young lady that was my babysitter, the teenage black girl when I was 5. That had an impact on me. My mom, of course, I felt love was missing, and that young lady, I felt there was love there, and I embraced that situation. It was a simple thing. And black women that I've been around, I felt true love. And some hurt me along the way, yeah, but there were so many that showed me love, that, were a blessing to me. And I've carried that, my whole life. And I've always had love for black women. I always had a certain respect for them. I always found that they were amazing. And yeah, I do praise them a lot. Yeah, I do lift up black women. But I feel I kind of need to, because of the blessings I've received from them. In fact, I want to. It's not just I feel I need to, I want to. And, I've dated black women exclusively. And I've done it from age 16 when I started dating till the time I got married in 94. And I'm still married to my black wife. And we have an awesome marriage. And, certain events in my life pushed me in the direction I'm in now. And it was out of a place of hurt. It was. And people try to debunk my relationship with my wife because they think that I was rejected or hurt. And so I chose the black woman. Well, they're kind of right. I was rejected and hurt. It wasn't from women I dated. It was from my mother. And that altered my path. And I was shown love from a black woman. So that kind of changed. Well, maybe change ain't the right word for it, but it carved out a path for me. And that's why I have love for black women. Looking back, that it makes sense. And that's why I'm married to my black wife to this day. And that's okay when it comes from a place of pain and rejection. That's all right. Sometimes we look other places. We open up our options. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, I embrace it. In fact, I encourage it. You want the best option for you. This is your life. Ladies and gentlemen, who you choose, you have to live with. So you need to make sure that you come in this interracial relationship with love. And you're serious about it, because, there's barriers just to get to know each other. There's barriers just to start dating. And once you get through, clear those barriers, guess what? Now you have the haters and naysayers. The ones that don't want you to interracially date, don't want you to love that person of a different race, that thinks it's wrong. And the ones that have told you that certain group of people are a certain way. I've talked to black women where they were told through their life how white men were evil, how they were fetishizers, how they were violent, how they were, just wanted to be with them for horrible reasons. And a lot of times people take that in. They hear it so much, they think it's true. Now, are there some white men that fit that description? Sure is. But there's a lot that don't. And my thing is, when you get into that relationship, you got to leave those stereotypes and generalizations out of it. Because if you're going to come together as one, you got to truly love that person with all your heart. You know, going both ways. You know, as a man and woman coming together in a relationship, into a marriage, that person has to be the most important person in your life. And, you know, it can't be anything less. So you got to hold each other accountable as individuals. Hold each other accountable as individuals. And it goes both ways. And ladies, I know there might be some hurt. You might feel a certain way about the white guy you might be thinking about dating. You got to clear that out. You got to, you know, whatever pain's there, you know, you got to get help for it. Get therapy if it's that painful. Don't go into an interracial relationship with pain, with any hurt or anger or any of that, because you're going to destroy it before it even starts. But once you get there, you know, you got through the barriers. Now you're with the haters, the naysayers, the ones that are going to try to stop you from dating and marrying interracially. They're out there. They're your friends. They're your family members. And just random people out there that just don't believe in it. And they will show you hate. I know with black women, you know, that have talked to me, that they said they've been called sellouts, bed wenches, you know, don't love their own race, and all this horrible stuff. And, you know, us as white men, we've been labeled as fetishizers, as, you know, being more violent than any other man. When a white man goes off, he really goes off more than any other man. He gets more violent, more, all this crazy stuff, right? But when you get to know an individual, you find out that a lot of those stereotypes don't even fit that person. And, you know, if you hear a white guy say that a black woman's beautiful, that don't mean he's fetishizing her. That means he thinks she's beautiful. You know, because a lot of times we hold on to these stereotypes and we don't get to know the person. We just assume they're a certain way. And sometimes people don't even get to know each other or don't even date because of those stereotypes. You know, you got to leave those behind. There's a reason why you're interracially dating or marrying. And know what that reason is. But you got to be all in. You got to love that person with all your heart. It can't be just the better situation without love, because that don't work. You know. So I would say, you know, we need to open up our options, but we need to be strong enough to get through those barriers and through those haters and naysayers, because that's where your relationship's going to either make you or break you right at that point, when it's the haters. Because I'm telling you, I've been married over 27 years, and I've had to deal with haters, naysayers, the whole time I've been married, still dealing with them. But I love my wife more than the haters and naysayers. I love my wife more than any problem that comes along. And that's what you got to do. And interracial relationships is a beautiful thing. It is. I'm for it. I believe everybody should have the right to love who they want to marry who they want to. Whether we look like each other or not. You know, and the amazing thing is that black women, white men aren't very different. In fact, they complement each other well. That's why the marriages are lasting. And you know, us as white men that are into black women, that are really serious, we end up marrying black women. We don't play around. We don't go years just hanging out and dating. When we're in, we're all in. You know, I'm sure there's some exceptions to the rule, but most of us we're all in. And but you got to vet when you're dating interracially. But and you're going to have to fight for each other. And you're going to have to stand up for each other. And guys, I'm telling you, anything that's said to your wife in an interracial relationship by anybody, your parents, whether you think they're just misunderstanding or joking, you need to check that right off the bat. Because it's not okay. And ladies, you if you're going to date a white man, you got to hold him accountable as an individual. And don't be creating too many qualifiers. And what I mean by qualifiers, you want him to prove that he's worthy of you, right? You got to be reasonable. Okay, he don't understand what a black woman goes through any more than you know what a white man does. I mean, so you got to take that into account and hold him accountable for his actions, not what the group he comes from does, not from the group he comes from did in the past. You got to get out of that mindset if you're going to interracially date. If you can't get out of that mindset, don't do it. But remember why you did it, why you want to interracially date and marry, and come with it with love and respect for each other. And if you can love each other enough to push the haters and naysayers to the side and let them cry in a corner and live your best life, do it. Go for it. Because it's your life. Once your options are open, there's a wide variety of people. Get out of that pond and open up your options to that ocean. And ladies, especially black women, there's approximately 2 million more black women than black men. And black men date and marry out twice as much as black women. Okay, you can get that in the Pew Research stats. And when it comes to marriage, black women, you're better off. And I'm dating outside your race. You really are. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but looking at the Pew Research stats, that's what it's saying. Okay? But, it's your life. It's your decision. You can find good men in any race. You can. You can also find garbage in any race. But choose wisely. And when we go live, tonight, we'll hit on that. And, I'm tired. But I just felt I needed to talk about this. But ladies, open up your options. Guys, open up your options. And I'm talking everybody across the board should open up your options so you have the best choice. Love comes in all packages. Love comes in all colors. And if you have a preference for one, that's okay too. I do. Black women is my choice. That's my preference. That's who I want to be with. That's who I'm married to. So, anyway, but I'm going to stop it right here. But guys, just think about it. Open up those options, or at least have the impression so you get a better choice. And ladies, black women, you deserve the best. Because you are the best. And, but anyway, guys, God bless you and your family, and I'll see you on the live tonight.